Welcome along, everyone. My name's Greg, and I'm the developer of Deep Revelations, a hot new social network based on deep learning and transparency. I'd like to welcome you to my three-part video series called 10x Your Understanding of Machine Learning in 10 minutes or less. Whatever you do for work, whatever you do for fun, whatever you do with your family, machine learning is playing a greater and greater role in your life. Algorithms that leverage data to make decisions are making decisions that affect you, your wealth, your health, and your happiness. Do you want to remain completely ignorant about what machine learning is and how it plays a role in your life? I don't think so. And that's why you've tuned into my new three-part series, 10x Your Understanding of Machine Learning in 10 minutes or less. In the first installment, we'll talk about algorithms. We'll learn what algorithms are. In the second installment, we'll talk about decisions and the fact that computers need to make decisions just like humans do. And in the third and final installment, I'll talk about machine learning and what machine learning is and how it allows us to leverage data so that computers can make decisions. Okay, so let's get started with our first installment, algorithms. What is an algorithm? I know the word sounds a little intimidating. In fact, it is kind of a big word. But what about a smaller word? What about the word recipe? I think you've probably tried a recipe or two in the kitchen. Maybe you cook every day. Well, the recipe and an algorithm are actually very similar. You see, an algorithm is a set of instructions for a computing machine. And a recipe is a set of instructions for a chef. We can sort of think of the chef like the computer and the recipe like the software or the algorithm that runs on the computer. For example, let's take one of my favorite classic recipes, scrambled eggs. In order to make scrambled eggs for one, I take 2 or 3 eggs, crack them into a bowl, and whisk the eggs until the yolk and the whites have become a homogeneous mixture. Then I add some salt. I put a pan on the oven, I heat it to medium, and I put a tablespoon of butter into the pan. Once the butter starts to melt before it's burned, I add the eggs. I push the eggs with the spatula so that they become slightly broken, but not too much. Once the mixture has reached the consistency of scrambled eggs, I take the heat off and I take the pan off the oven. So if you can follow that recipe, you can take the raw materials that go into scrambled eggs and create scrambled eggs. In just the same way, a computer function takes its mathematical inputs and combines them to create a mathematical output. So the takeaway message from today's module is that while algorithms may sound daunting, algorithms are basically recipes.